I'm Jake Halpern, host of Deep Cover. Our new season is about a lawyer who helped the mob run Chicago. He bribed judges and even helped a hitman walk free, until one day when he started talking with the FBI and promised that he could take the mob down. I've spent the past year trying to figure out why he flipped and what he was really after. Listen to Deep Cover on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, I'm Kaylee Shore. On my podcast, Too Much to Say, I share my thoughts on everything from music to martinis, social media to social anxiety, regrets to risky texts, and so much more. I have been known to read my literal diary entries on my show, and sometimes I do interviews with my crazy group of friends. So if you guys want to tune in, you can hear new episodes of Too Much to Say every Wednesday on the Nashville Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to them.
Hi, I'm Robert Sex Reese, host of the Dr. Sex Reese Show. And every episode, I listen to people talk about their sex and intimacy issues, and yes, I despise every minute of it.
I mean, she made mistakes too, right?
That's true. She did kill everyone at her wedding.
But hell is real. We're all trapped here, and there's nothing any of us can do about it. So join me, won't you?
Listen to the Dr. Sex Reese Show every Tuesday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hello. Here I am. Welcome to the show. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. It's a Nikki Glaser murder podcast.
Oh, no,
we're not doing that. Don't worry. Normal show.
It's just
even though people liked it.
Yeah.
Welcome
I would
to
say,
Thursday show.
Positive to negative, probably around 35 positive to 2 negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what are the negatives? Isn't it funny that that's all I'm focused on? Like, what could you have said? Was it just like, was it negative in the sense of like, it's a departure, but I prefer you just get back to what you do?
Yeah.
Or was
much.
it like, why would you do this to us?
Probably closer to the beginning thing. Not what's the latter? What's the prior?
Okay. Oh, I like this. Wait, what? You can get there. The former
Well, I
and
know
the
the
latter.
latter is the latest one.
Yeah, the former and the latter.
Yeah.
Do you think of like a ladder like Ladder?
That's a good question.
I want to know what comes up in your head when you think of the
The latter.
The latter.
I would assume it's Latter.
yeah, like Latter-day Saints.
Sure.
I like the former day Saints.
I don't really like Saints.
What about the Saints?
Come
Super
marching
Bowl.
in.
Wait, when the Saints went to the Super Bowl, were you so excited? Because you were with Nolans.
I live down there in Ireland. You want to get yourself a good Bloody Mary, you go down to the Superdome and you get yourself a Bloody Mary down there in the island.
Is the Superdome like redone? And like, can
No,
you play
I
in
still
it now?
got the water in it and everything.
No,
but
there was no
between
water
them.
in it. That's why they were there.
Yeah, no, they obviously
Wait,
redid.
were you there in 2005?
No,
During
no,
Katrina?
No, I graduated in 02.
From college?
College, yeah.
Oh, you dodged it.
Yeah, I got out early. I heard about it coming. Actually,
And then
I was
okay.
there my freshman year. There was a hurricane that hit near New Orleans, and I remember them being like, I remember we were at like the dorm, and people being like, the levee, if it broke, the water would be up to the 3rd floor here in our dorm, and
you were
everyone
just
was like,
yeah, right.
yeah, right, dude. I'm doing bong rips, fucking, and blown into a Gatorade can.
What part of my bung would the water get to?
Yeah,
because I need to fill it back up anyway.
It'd be fucking easier to hold my kegs, because then I don't have to use my arms. I just use the water from the levee.
It's much easier to do a keg stand when you're like, the way you do a handstand in water.
Yeah.
It's much easier to like do a handstand in water. That'll be sweet when the floods come.
But everyone was just like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. And then literally,
Was it like September 11th for you, where you like weren't really tuned into what was happening during that time, and you were just like, whoa, woke up, and all of a sudden everything's under like, or were you like, oh my god, what's going on?
I wasn't nervous at all. I didn't think anything would ever happen to me.
You weren't like looking at like the places you used to live and like being like, oh my god, that
during
street.
Katrina?
During Katrina, were you like? Because I remember during September 11th, you were like, wait, what?
Well, September 11th.
You like don't even remember where you were when you found out.
I do.
You're one of those people.
I remember where I was.
Oh.
I was in
and those people don't
3000
exist.
Calhoun in New Orleans. That was
Okay.
the house.
Oh, you were no.
I was down there, no. And I had I had a wristband on because I was still drunk and like probably 4 or 5 stamps. And I woke up and I was like, what happened? And I didn't even really put it together that my brother lived in New York. Like,
oh my god.
I was like, fuck, dude, that sucks. And then I went back to sleep, and then they're like, dude, another tower got hit. And then I was like, what? And then like 6 months later, I called my brother.
Get fucking Wendy's.
6 months later, I was like, oh my god, Dan lives there.
That is so funny. When did it really click in? That, like, Dan.
Later that day, I guess I.
You're such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I called him. I was like, dude, can I borrow $400? And dude, are you all right?
You hear like screaming people in the background. He's like choking up dust.
I was like, can you get to a Western Union?
Wait, did he ever go to Western Union to wire you money?
Well,
did you ever go to a Western Union?
I've never been to a Western Union, but I did during my gambling addiction. I got money from a lot of different people, and
how would you get it? Like you were saying that the other day, a little bit of how you would wait until the clock struck 12, like Cinderella.
Yeah. Yeah. I click my
just biding your time, and you didn't have a smartphone in those days. I'm like, what the fuck were you doing, walking around Bourbon Street?
Oh, I don't even know.
Without a penny in your pocket, what were you doing with your time? Twiddling those thumbs?
I twiddled a lot.
Is that what happened to them?
I twiddled them off. Yeah. I mean, look, these alien thumbs right here. That's freaking gambling addiction.
Was before.
Don't get into gambling. If you think gambling's fun, look at these.
Wait, call me and try to get money from me, and I'm the person that like. Who's the weirdest person?
You be my stepmom.
Who's the like?
Be my stepmom.
Really?
Yeah, that'd
Is this
be
someone
funny.
You were?
Because I didn't want my dad to know.
Okay.
I was like,
hello.
Ring.
Hello.
Hey.
Wait, what? Give me some like character, like.
My stepmom. She's.
Her name's
Jeannie.
Jeannie. Okay.
She lives down in Florida. She's not She's from Pennsylvania. She's a little Southern, but she doesn't sound Southern.
Okay. Is she like a chipper person? Is she mean? Is she
somewhere in the middle?
Okay. Hello.
Not bad. Hey, Jeannie, what's up?
Hey, Andrew. I'm just gonna do my mom.
So, what's going on? How's everything going down there?
Things are good. What do you need?
No, I was just seeing how Jake is going. How's Jake doing?
Jake's good. He just got
Jake. Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah, your son.
Yeah, I said Jake's good.
Yeah.
And Jay.
Yeah.
Jay's good too.
Cool. Yeah, Jake.
But Jake's here. Do you want to talk to him? Hey, Jake.
No, I just want to talk to you for right now.
Oh, okay. Well, how are you, hon?
I've been good.
How's college?
College is good, studying and everything. And
is everything okay?
Well, I don't want to. I mean, are you alone?
I mean, I got Jake here, but I can go in the other room. Are you okay?
So, I don't know. This is embarrassing, but I spent like $600 last night, like gambling on blackjack, and like, and I don't have money to pay rent, and I know I want to go to I want to go to Dad, but I don't know. I just feel really uncomfortable, and I was wondering if maybe you could.
Didn't we have the same call yesterday? Where did the money go that I gave you for rent yesterday? Now is this money going to go to rent?
I can't promise you.
The musical? I'll buy you tickets to it.
I don't like AIDS. Jeannie.
I picture
I mean,
Jeannie
that's pretty
being
much
like,
what the call was. It was just like me trying
so
to...
you would lie and say, can I get this for rent? And then you would just go take it to the casino?
No, at that time, I actually really did need rent money. But I did tell her why I was short, because I did go...
Yeah. And would she understand the gambling? She was
actually really cool about it, but I think part of it was she wanted to be my good graces, so I
used her vulnerability of wanting to be the cool stepmom.
Yeah.
Because she probably wasn't in that position given the circumstance. And so, interesting. We all use different people's, like, there's a bartering system of, like,
yeah,
I'm going to give you the opportunity to help me out because I know that you want me to like you. Yes. Interesting.
Pretty much, probably at that time. Also, it's funny, too, when you have, like, before you ask for something, the small talk before...
Oh, it's
so funny. It's always just like, so what's the weather? Oh
my
man,
God.
is
It's
Tommy
brutal.
doing good? Oh, by the way, I need a new kidney.
Dude, in, my relationship, just having that kind of new small talk of going, like, when something's up, like we need to talk about something and it's like the small talk before, just going, new friends. What's this new friends thing? Because it's new friends.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it before. If you missed that episode, there's like this... When you have something else on your mind, either something you're asking for or something you like need to confront someone about or admit to or whatever it is, something fraught, you have this like tone of like, hey, what's going on? And like, you just know the person is doing something weird. They're like, let's say the person needs to confront you about something. So they're mad at you, but they're like faking like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So how's like the snowstorm treating you? And you're just like, new friends, let's cut through this. Like there should be a shorthand for like, instead of what is going on? Because that's a little confrontational. Just going like, this feels a little new friends to me. Because
Yeah.
you talk to your new friends like that. That's why we call it new friends. And the people you're usually confronting with that tone, it's not someone you talked like that if there wasn't something going on.
It's like, what are we in an elevator now? Do I not know
Yes.
you for 7 years? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
that's good. Are we in an elevator right now? You could go, what floor?
What floor are we going to?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Should we hit the door close button because
Yeah.
someone we don't want to talk to because we actually really like each other and we should get through this?
Yes.
coming on?
God, it's so complex. People's,
It's got to be tough though because like you do analyze everything, you know?
yeah.
You're a very good analyzer. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell
Yep.
really though like within like 3 seconds of a tone.
I can tell in text.
That's wild though. But you've gotten it wrong sometimes with me. But I'm just saying that it could be
Yeah.
exhausting if I'm not trying to be, but like if like dating you, knowing how good you are at that.
I am.
If it comes up too
I gotta
much.
say, I am so fucking good.
But it's
I should be a detective. I'm not even kidding you. Like the murder podcast the other day. Let's set that aside. Whatever. Like I could totally solve that case if you just let me think about it a little bit longer. No.
for sure.
It's the third Mary Morris is who killed the other two.
100%.
There can only be one in the Houston area. You go to the other Mary Morris and you find out whose that is.
Of course.
Because there can only be one Highlander. I've never seen Highlander. I just know that that's a thing that they
Yeah.
say for that.
Former.
Former. Ladder.
Ham drip.
Don't go under it. Bad luck. Yesterday on set, though, I did see a guy going under a ladder a bunch to like get through a shot. You know what I mean? Like walk through.
Yeah, how do you feel about those things?
And I was like,
Superstitions?
oh my God. Open an umbrella to go under or something. Like hit two bad luck things at once.
Oh, wow. He had an umbrella on inside?
No.
Oh.
Wait, it was outside, so never mind. I wouldn't have done it. Bring a black cat. Have a black cat go with you under
Oh,
it.
you mean two negatives.
Two cancel out.
Gotcha.
Break a mirror.
Step on a crack underneath an ladder.
Yes. Let's do that.
Who fucking comes up with these things?
But
Walking
I'm
under
good.
a ladder.
You're right. It would be exhausting dating me.
You know what it is? Other than the exhausting thing, I just thought the ladder thing is to protect kids from walking under it. Like, it's all for protection. It's the same reason why we're like, oh, the 10
There's nothing dangerous about walking under a ladder compared to like just walking by a ladder is dangerous because
But if you
someone
tell
on
a kid
ladder,
it's unlucky, they won't do it. Rather than you might get hurt.
Yeah, that's like hold your breath around a grave when you're driving past a graveyard. That's so like people don't breathe.
How many people die doing
breathe
that?
in death? It's probably like you get dead bodies like in your lungs.
Oh.
Back in the day when we
Because
didn't
you
like
could smell
bury
the
them
dead
enough.
bodies, maybe?
Maybe.
But dead
Holding
bodies...
your breath past a bunch of dead bodies was probably a way to like prevent disease back in the day.
Maybe.
An umbrella inside that can poke an eye out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Breaking a mirror is just not cool to do because I really liked that mirror and now you ruined it.
Dude, these are all really like
Black
deep.
cat. Crossing one.
Yeah.
That's like just so your kid doesn't bring back an animal to be like, can we keep it? And you're like, get that fucking
Ugh, God,
thing
it
out of
has
here.
rabies.
Okay,
give it to Noah.
that's a
Yeah,
good
I'll take
theory.
'em.
No, I just think like
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of
I'll
these-
take it.
Yeah, no. A lot of these things are to protect people. Like holding your breath. Did you ever do thumbs up around like thumbs up going to heaven past a graveyard?
No, I just thumbs upped it because I was like, these people suck. I'm glad they're dead. I gave it a little siskel. I just did that anyway.
I remember in school when we would take
Yeah.
a bus from Brooklyn to Manhattan to go to like a museum in like, I don't know, 5th grade or something. All the kids would say, oh, if you hold your breath through the tunnel, you'll have good luck. And we all tried to hold our breath through the battery
Four
tunnel.
dead kids by the time you got to the city.
Yeah. What about traffic?
Yeah, exactly. It was the stupidest thing.
There is something cool about being able to hold your breath a really long time in pools. Like it was just
Yeah.
that used to be like a whole chunk of an hour of playtime at a pool was just like who can hold their breath the longest swimming across or whatever.
Yeah, Houdini made a whole career out of it.
Yeah, because it's just an impressive
It's
feat.
death defying.
Yeah.
It's not really death defying when you're in a 3-foot pool. But
Wait, we did this on the podcast before of how bad I am at exhaling? Or no, inhaling.
inhaling.
I have no inhale.
Yeah.
But my exhale is like fucking strong as shit. I
Yeah.
still don't understand what's going on there. It's really mind-boggling.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm the opposite.
Back to you saying it would be exhausting dating me because I am so I mean, I think it was a compliment.
It is a compliment,
You're like,
but
you're so smart, I think was your vibe.
yeah, it is that. That is the vibe I'm definitely putting out there. I just
To protect yourself?
Yeah, to protect myself from getting
Against-
fired and
yeah.
needing to get a new job and getting back in real estate where I let my license go. And then I have to call my stepmom for
I picture
$600.
you on a raft like Tom Hanks with Wilson, letting your license drift off. Just going, license!
That really
crying. That was such a sweet scene where he cries because Wilson, the volleyball, drifts off.
Yeah.
That was so sweet.
I know. I wonder if he had. I wish he had other balls on the island. It would have been fun to see like a
I love that
basketball.
movie.
And then he shows back. Doesn't he come back and she's like, "Yeah, I'm over you" or something?
No, she wasn't over him, but she moved on because she thought he was dead, and she married Mr. Big, who's raped a bunch of people
In the
movie. Yeah.
Wow, it's heavy. Exhausting dating
God,
you.
that's-
I think it would be. I think if every day you're like a detective, like sometimes you just gotta turn your detective brain off.
Well, I gotta
I'm
say,
not saying that you do it every day. I'm saying though, like detective brain.
but
Sometimes.
I'm also not. I trust people that like are. I've never thought someone was cheating on me or like I'm not like that. Like, what's going on here? Wait, let me see your text. Like, I'm not one of those girls. So I know when there's I know when someone is upset with me, and I can probably trace to why the person's upset.
Yes.
And I can trace who it came from and what it is and where it started. I can generally know exactly what's going on. I just know, especially like, if someone's mad at me or someone is mad at someone else, I'm really good at going, dude, that person was mean to you because they felt threatened when this thing happened and they're taking like I can kind of trace that.
Now, do you feel like, though, if you're Trace Atkinson things, and you tell yourself this story before, because sometimes I'll tell my story, tell the story already before I even hear the story, and I'm so fixated on knowing exactly what's happening without even hearing from the other person yet.
It's like kind of like Wordle. I like to make a guess, and then when it's finally revealed, if I got it right, I'm okay.
What if you get it wrong,
green, black. Black, yellow. I'm okay. I'm like, I got 3 greens.
That's true, but if you get it wrong, then the person on the other end doesn't want to feel like they're getting analyzed. Where then they're like, no, that's not what's happening. Like, why are you like putting that on this? And I don't know. I just think it could be tough.
I think you're speaking from yourself, not
No.
from a potential. Like, you get exhausted by me going like, I think it was because you did this and this and this.
I wasn't talking about our friendship. I think you
But I
do
do
it.
that to you sometimes where I think I know what's going on. With,
Yeah,
like,
you
the
do it. You've
host
done it
do.
much less though.
Yeah.
Because you know that I don't love it.
Yes. I just keep my suspicions to myself now, and I tell other people.
It
I
is
think I
funny
know
when
what
like
this
someone's
came
doing
from.
it a lot and then they just stop doing it, and you're like,
It has
wow,
to
they
go
must
somewhere.
have grown. And they're like, no, I just don't.
No.
I write it down in a journal.
I honestly don't. I never chose to stop doing that. I think it just naturally stopped. I really, it doesn't come up. Like, there was something the other day that I was
You
like,
do seem lighter on your feet for some reason. I don't know what it is about, and maybe I have you wrong, but other than looking despondent when you're playing guitar, but you do seem lighter on your feet. I don't know what it is.
you saying I lost weight?
I think so.
Lighter on my feet. I don't know. I think I've realized that when you're like, it's, I don't know. I think I've slowly realized that when you're in when I'm in a bad mood, or when someone's in a bad mood, how much it affects me being around someone in a bad mood. That when I'm in a bad mood, I try to like not have that ripple effect, because it's not like my bad moods are different than other people's bad moods. I know how I feel in the wake of someone else's mood. Even if they're not in a position of power, but so often I'm in a position where I'm like the fucking one on whatever
Yeah.
I'm in a position of power, so everyone's affected by that. And like I can still be in a bad mood, but it can be the type of bad mood where I'm like, I'm just sad today. I'm sorry I'm going through this, and like it has nothing to do with you guys. It's just like I'm on my like whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're just taking it out on others and you want to drag everyone down, it's just, I know how much I resent that person when it's happening, that I just don't want to make people feel, I don't want to be the source of that. So I think that I just try a little harder to like be honest about what I'm feeling, instead of
like, was that in therapy,
being around people that are shitty and being like, how uncomfortable is this?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Gotcha. So
like,
exposure therapy almost.
And I think I used to be around that and just think, oh, their bad mood's different than my bad mood. When I'm in a bad mood, I don't do that to people. But the thing is, I'm no different. I'm the same way. Like, we all operate on that. I'm not going to say we all do, but so often I think when you're feeling sad, or like you just want other people in it with you, and I always used to want other people to feel how sad I was, because I wasn't getting my needs met in terms of like, I'm sad right now.
Yeah.
And people going, oh my gosh, like empathizing, being like, I've been there, and like I would feel really sad in your position too. So instead of, because I wasn't met with that, and it was just like, what are you sad about? Stop this. It was like, okay, well, if you aren't going to try to feel the way I feel, I'm going to make you feel the way I feel. And you're going to be just as sad as I am, so you understand how bad it is. I think that's why people commit suicide. I think that for me, whenever I have suicidal ideations, it is because I want to let it be known how sad I was. I want people in retrospect to go, whoa, we didn't believe her. That's really whoosh. Because you wouldn't do that unless you were really struggling. And we didn't believe her. It's kind of a fuck you to everyone. There's a little bit of that. There is obviously an escape from the pain that is your everyday depression or whatever it is. But there was something in me to go, now they'll know.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know before. They weren't listening. I couldn't express it. There wasn't even a chance. And the thing is, if they can't know when you're crying in bed all day and being depressed, they're not going to know when you kill yourself either. Because there's not... They'll just go, oh, it was some medicine she was on, or oh, it was like I said yesterday about the Miss USA girl. They'll excuse it another way. I think that's an interesting thing that I've realized is like, when someone is ignoring your needs and you've make them very obvious, and then you do something where it's like, now they'll know. No, they won't. Like I was thinking the other day.
It's like, it goes back to speaking in code of like speaking in an elevator. It's like, you think you're putting off such a bad mood or such a whatever to have the other person understand, rather than, hey, this is what I'm going through right now. Let's just, and then like that could cut through so much bullshit.
But sometimes people aren't capable of understanding ever or having empathy.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about this guy I used to be into, and I remember he.
Should we go to break first and then?
Let's go to break, and I'll tell you
a little
tale.
Yeah. Are you talking about my asshole?
Yeah, a little tale.
It's not little.
Raffi is the voice of some of the happiest songs of our generation.
Baby Beluga.
So, who is the man behind Baby Beluga?
Every human being wants to feel respected. When we start with young children, all good things can grow from there.
I'm Chris Garcia, comedian, new dad, and host of Finding Raffi, a new podcast from iHeartRadio and Fatherly. Listen every Tuesday on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This season, get football on your terms with NFL Game Pass.
Let's go!
See every snap from every game with full game replays.
What a throw, what a catch!
Listen to all the action as it happens with live game audio.
Watch the dog, G. Leaping, grab Devontae Adams.
Plus, watch your team on your time with condensed game replays.
Wow.
Get football on your terms with NFL Game Pass. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial today.
I was thinking about this. I think this could actually help some people because it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there was this guy I really liked, and he was, like, with this other girl, but he, like, was cheating on her with me. This was forever ago. And I remember thinking, like, she's not well, and he'll see how unwell she is, and he'll leave her for me eventually. Especially after she found out about me. She did some weird, wacky things, and I was like, this is clearly, and he already wasn't happy with the situation because he cheated on her with me, and I knew he was unhappy. Now that she's doing this weird stuff, now he's gonna see. I mean, this is bad, and he didn't break up with her. He's still. I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it just hasn't gotten bad enough. And then something really bad happened where she was very unhinged and did something that you go, he can't possibly stay with her after this fucking moment. And I wait because I wasn't talking to this person anymore because I said, hey, I don't want to talk to you until you don't have a girlfriend. Even though I had already done the horrible deed of like involving myself with a man with a girlfriend, I said to him, this is at a point where break up with her or don't talk to me. And so I'm waiting because I'm like, clearly after this, he is going to leave her. But of course he didn't. Because if you tolerate the microaggressions all along, that person can tolerate anything. You think that they're going to get to a breaking point. Or like, oh, she'll leave him after he hits her. Or she hits him. Or after she fucking keys his car. Yeah. You think that that'll make him... If he's willing to tolerate all the stuff underneath that... If you're... When someone knows you're willing... That's when men hit women. Is when they've been such dicks all throughout. And they know.
And they get away with it.
They don't know, but subconsciously they know. This woman has put up with so many of me just slightly hitting her verbally that when I decide to hit her and let myself lose control enough to fucking smack her, she's not going to leave. Because if someone's willing to put up with that much abuse... So that's what it made me realize is like, people don't... I don't know why it connects back to the thing, but if you're waiting around for someone to change or for it to get bad enough for someone to go, fuck. And listen, I believe in bottoms of like, I can't do this anymore. But I think that people, like there was another example of some guy that is, like this guy that I know cheats on his girlfriend like crazy. And she doesn't know, but let's be honest, it's been years and years. She's got to know. And then it comes out like, oh my God, he has this separate family. And someone I know knows about, like, this guy has a separate family. Wow. And his girlfriend doesn't even know about this separate family. There's a part of this, my friend's like, there's a part of me that just wants to tell her about this separate family, even though it's none of my business, just so she'll know and she'll finally free herself from this guy. It won't matter. She knows. If she doesn't care about all the other stuff, that's not going to matter either. I'm sure there are people like in their cars right now and listening to this going like, oh yeah, when I thought that final thing would do it, it doesn't do it. Or like if you're dealing with someone who's addicted to something and you're like, oh my God, they got a DUI. Finally, they'll quit. It's going to take more than that.
It is interesting too, like until sometimes they get caught and like other people know about it. Like if you know that they're cheating, you could kind of like lie to yourself and be like, yes, they're not really cheating. But once like, a stranger finds out, oh, I saw Tom with Pamela at the store together kissing. Then you're like, you were cheating? It's like, no, you knew.
You knew. I have a friend too. I have another friend, same situation where their boyfriend clearly knows that she fucks other people. No, but they don't talk about it. And there's no mention of it.
Whoa.
And it was going on for years.
I just keep saying, whoa.
But like he knows that when she leaves, things go on. He turns a blind eye because that's their arrangement. And he honestly is with her for other reasons than that. He doesn't care truly. But when his friends found out about her doing it, that's when it became non-negotiable. Can't do this anymore. And how interesting is that that's what matters. And that's why I think being open about an open relationship, if you are okay with your husband or wife fucking someone else, being okay with it, you got to be okay with it publicly because it might get out, and you should be able to be okay with. Everyone is into different things, and if that's something that you're okay with, like I understand wanting to keep things private and like, hey, don't make like Justin Timberlake. People kind of accused him of like slipping on their negotiation. Like probably Jessica Biel and him had an agreement with like, yeah, go hold hands with this girl on a balcony while you're shooting. I don't give a fuck. Like,
or fuck her in the trailer. Don't
when
hold
the paparazzi
hands.
Caught it.
Don't
it's
hold
embarrassing
hands in
to
public.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you
got
her
sloppy.
In the trailer. Yeah.
Which, you know, I just think that's interesting that we care so much about what other people think more than what we think.
Well, going back to the thing about like wanting other people to like understand your sadness, or like, I have a thing where like sometimes if I'm in a bad mood, maybe I'll want someone else to know that I'm angry or sad, but then I also don't want the sympathy from them either. Being like, I don't want them to be like trying to help me either, but I also want them to know at the same time. That's a weird thing that like. I
think I want to know what, because I love sympathy. Did I say it on here? No, I was saying it on some other show I was doing. I love someone to go like, oh.
You really do like that? I hate that. I don't know why.
Anya hates pity.
Yeah.
You hate pity. I love it.
Wow. Okay.
I love when someone's like, oh, I really am so like, you poor thing. Like someone like rubbing my back and going like, you. It's empathy, really. Like it's not pity of like, oh, look at how sad you are. You're a little sad boy, aren't you, baby boy? Wait. It's not that. It's like, man, I am so sorry for what. Like, you don't like that?
If it feels like, I guess if it doesn't feel patronizing, like if it does, my thing is like sometimes people I feel like will be like, oh, you're sad, like in a way of like, I'm never sad, but I feel bad for you. You know what I mean? Like there's like a way of
no, that's
like,
not empathy, because empathy is saying like,
they don't say that, but I'm just saying
right,
like,
but true empathy is saying like, if I were you, man, I would feel that sad too. Like it's like it's saying like, not coming from me like, oh my God, I would be sad if I were you. It's like, if given you what you're going through, man, you should feel this way, and you're okay to feel this way. Like when your grandma died, like all I can say is like, I'm so sorry that you're like, that must be really fucking hard. I'm so sorry. Like that's not me going, are you
no.
And you know what I mean?
You know what I like? I like when, and I know you can't like, you can't tell someone how to help you grieve or whatever, but
yes, you can.
You
can help people because I was really bad at when people's parents would die or someone that.
I remember like if I would have like an anxiety attack,
I would just stop talking to them.
I think in the past with our friendship,
I would ghost them like their dad. I really would, because I would be too nervous.
Well, I would have an anxiety attack. I remember like back in the day, like when I left the theater or whatever, you're like, why? I don't understand how you can be anxious and then you'd be anxious about something. I'm like,
yeah, that wasn't empathy. That was me being like, if I were you, I wouldn't be this way.
I know. But what I'm saying though is like the way that would really have helped then, and not just from you, but from like anyone, is going, oh, someone else is having an anxiety attack. Why don't you think about the time you had an anxious attack? And then you go, this is how I felt when I went through the same thing.
Empathy of like,
oh, that's the best. That's what I like.
I mean, the way you're describing it sounds like it's not the empathy, because it's like when I feel anxiety, but it is the same as empathy, because you're thinking.
Not to try to make it about yourself, but just
saying like
to relate.
I
in
know
a way.
an anxious feeling, and if I were him right now, feeling the way that I felt when I'm most anxious, like when I'm driving on a 2-lane highway and the person is drunk or something, like that's, oh shit, like in that circumstance now, I would just be like, I'm so sorry that you're feeling this way. What can we do? I've been there before. Fuck, that's the worst. I totally get it. Like, I don't get it, but I get it.
Yeah,
you know? Like, that's
for sure.
The way I was just like a totally diseased, deranged person back then who was just like, what? Why are you so upset? I mean, I don't think I said it like that, but I was just like,
no, it was worse.
I actually,
no, I'm kidding.
I made fun of you for it, and it wasn't kind.
No, it's fine. But you know what? I like getting made fun of for things too. But it was just like, I think like there's times when it's just like, oh.
No, when people go, but I wouldn't feel this way.
Yeah.
Why are you feeling that way?
Yeah.
That was my whole childhood. My dad does not have any capability of being like, and if there's nothing, it's not bad about Dad, if you're listening, I still love you. But man, you do not understand how other people could feel different than you would in the circumstance. It's just, it's not in his, it's the part of the brain that made it so he could understand that there are other people with different experiences.
And his dad might have been that way with him.
Yeah, it's empathy, and you have to actually learn it from your parents giving it to you. And his dad died when he was 11. This is all very good discussion, and what was that?
Sorry.
I have to say that we've had some technical issues, and I want everyone to know that during one of the moments that we stopped, and I don't want the team that's editing this to use this against me later, like in a jinx way, but we were setting down the mic, and it's definitely recorded. Like they'll hear it if they're using the audio from this because the audio kept going. I farted, which I can do in front of Andrew.
So I'll hear it.
And you'll hear it. I farted, and Andrew goes, sorry. And I go, did you just apologize for my fart? And he goes, no, wait, what? And I go, I just farted and you said sorry. And he goes, no, I was apologizing because like all the technical issues. Like he's like, man, he was just empathizing. Like, man, sorry, we're dealing with this, which I don't. It's fine. I have nowhere to go. But I thought he was apologizing for my own fart, and then he go, what did you say? You go talk about empathy.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's nothing more empathetic than someone else farting and you apologizing for it.
One of my favorite things my mom does, and I love it more than anything, is anytime she burps. Literally, it is literally like saying "God bless you" after someone sneezes. Like it's just automatic. It's like when someone hits a foul ball and you go, "Calm down,
Calm down, Namba."
Like it's like you can't help it. It's just what you do. She burps and she'll go like, "Can you burp on command?"
Yeah, easily.
Do it, Nikki. So do it again. So pretend it's EJ. She'll blame it on someone else.
Right away.
It's so funny.
It's a great defense mechanism.
My mom,
right away.
And another one my mom does all the time is, tell me I have something in my teeth.
Nikki, you have something in your teeth there.
I like it there. It just immediately makes you feel stupid about it. But she's not doing it to do that. It's just, my mom's really funny. All right, let's get to the news.
What, has your mom ever farted in front of you?
Yeah, but it's
my
it's
mom's
not
only
something she
farted
likes
one
to
time
do.
in front of all of us.
Oh my God.
And she goes, I lived alone too long. It's great.
Your mom is hilarious.
That's hilarious. Oh, now I'm burping so much because I burped once.
Can you burp on command, Noah?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Liar.
Wait, hand me that straw over there.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks. It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's Thursday. We've had some technical difficulties, but we're still having all the swells because we have a day off today. Your boy's playing golf, and Nikki, I believe, is getting a pedicure.
What do you do? What are you wearing?
My golf clothes.
It's going to be hot out there, boy.
No, it's 70 degrees today. Hot.
Oh, okay.
Your boy checks. All right. A Brooklyn-based engineer who created Wordle sells the brain teaser that has taken the world by storm to New York Times for a 7-figure sum.
I'm trying to do the thing where you blow a straw into your armpit. It makes a fart sound. I saw it on TikTok. Or I saw it on Reddit. That was on TikTok. But it didn't work.
Oh.
I got a cavernous... sorry. Me too. I was going to fart right
Can you
at the
fart with your armpit?
No. Sometimes it does it like accidentally and I'm so embarrassed, you know? Okay, Wordle. Obsessed with Wordle.
So Josh Wardle
If you
created
think you're better than Wordle...
Isn't that crazy? That's his name? What?
Andrew. Ladder. Andrew. Wait,
What?
Noah, don't do this.
His name's Wardle.
Right.
Wardle, and he named it Wordle.
Right. Do you think maybe he did that because his last name is Wardle? And it's not a coincidence since he named it? That'd be like naming a baby your dad's name and going like, isn't it a coincidence that my baby has the same name as me or my dad? Like,
I know, it's wild.
Well, let's just throw a junior on because that is so random.
Wardle Jr.?
Do you get it now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So,
but it's such a catchy name that it just happened to be his last name, which
you
is
know
still
what's
kind of
ironic
wild.
is that he created a word game that is so close that his name is Word. Okay, got it. That is, if that was your point, that makes sense.
It wasn't.
I wish I could empathize with whatever happened in your brain.
There's not much going on in here. Okay, Wardle admitted, not the game, him, that releasing only one game a day was I love this. It was intentional to avoid addiction that comes from other games.
Because he's worked for tech companies. He knows how to make things addictive.
But here's the thing.
He didn't want to use his powers.
He made this extremely addictive by doing that.
But it's once a day.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. But I'm just saying you get one fix.
No.
Which is the opposite of everything.
Listen, if that worked, Mark Zuckerberg would be doing it. Everyone would be doing it. If what he did worked to make it addictive, it's not something that you play once a day. That does not allow addictive behavior because it's only once a day. If you could only smoke one cigarette a day, by law, no one would be addicted. You would just do it once a day. Yeah, you might talk about the cigarette with other people and share experiences about like how cool it is to smoke that cigarette a day. But it's actually bringing people together. I'm talking with my friends about the game.
Yes.
It's making me laugh with my friends. It's making me and Chris have something that we share every single day while we're long distance that like makes us laugh. And like we talk, like yesterday the word, spoiler alert for Wordle, go ahead 30 seconds on the podcast if you haven't played yesterday's puzzle. But actually yesterday's over. It was moist. And that's funny.
But my point My point isn't that it's addictive, like you're on it all the time.
Well, that's what addictive means.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
You could be addicted to something and only do it once a day.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Addiction. People, if they didn't get Wordle, if you didn't get Wordle tomorrow, you would be upset because you're addicted. Maybe it's a smaller addiction because you're not on it all the time, but it's an addiction.
I mean, I understand, like, if you have obsessive thoughts about something that you would get once a day, but no one's having obsessive thoughts about Wordle, and if they are, they've got other issues that are going on. This isn't about Wordle.
But I'm just saying that his...
I've been addicted to crossword puzzles, and those are endless. And during the pandemic, when things were shut down and I didn't have a podcast or anything, I'm not kidding you, I was playing 3.5 hours a day, crossword puzzles. That was bordering on addiction. But this Wordle is awesome that it's once a day.
My point, though, is...
Don't do that. Don't do the thing where it's like, well, he says he's doing it for this, but actually, it's exactly what he's saying it's for.
I'm not saying that he's doing it for this reason. Okay. I don't think that he intentionally
got it. But
did
by
it like
unintentionally
this.
doing it, he's creating a new addiction.
Made it extremely addictive because of the supply
I'll
is
tell
so
you something.
low. And the demand is so high.
That's interesting.
That's my point.
I don't think it leads to addiction, but you're not wrong that that book I was reading about the influence of psychology, or the psychology of influence.
Yeah.
Where it's like scarcity.
Yes.
Leads people to want to...
Scarcity. That's the word exactly I was going to say.
But this is not scarcity. That wouldn't be the psychology of scarcity. This might be the psychology... Because scarcity means other people might use it all up, and you got to get it now. Because the Wordle it's infinite for that 24 hours. Everyone can have it for that 24 hours. And after that, and then there'll be a new one. So it's never going to go away.
But one goes away.
Yeah, but who cares? There's just another one.
Yeah.
But have you played Wordle, Noah?
No, I haven't.
Will you try? Because I just want to say that anyone who is annoyed with Wordle, especially when you're late to something, like I'm late to Yellow Jackets, and like I'm never going to get on board because it's too suspenseful, and now everyone's talking about it, and I kind of feel like I don't want to watch it now just because everyone's upset. Like there's a little bit of me. If you're having that vibe with Wordle, I understand, because it seems like, ugh, God, this thing, all these people are posting about it. It takes 2 minutes of your day. It's really fun. A new puzzle comes up when you're up late at night at 12 o'clock and you can't sleep. Oh, you're like, at least I can distract myself for 2 minutes with this fun little word game.
Yeah, this is coming from someone that hates I hate crossword puzzles.
Yeah, it's fun.
I hate them.
Yes.
I like Wordle.
Okay.
So that just shows you, like, you don't have to be a wordsmith.
And you can do it and not tell anyone about it. You don't have to be part of the Wordle culture. But I heard he sold it for the low millions, low 7 figures.
Yeah.
Which whenever someone says the 7 figures, why don't you just say in the low? Oh, I guess you can't. There's no they sold it for 1 to 5 million, or
it could be
I
9
just
million.
hate the figures because then I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It's
I thought
1
it was
to
$1
9
billion.
million.
Actually, now that you're saying that,
Yeah.
I thought it was like
isn't
$1
that
billion.
interesting?
You thought he sold Wordle for $1 billion?
Yeah, but because
I didn't realize
she's
it was
counting the
millions.
figures. Yeah, because when you count figures, it's a little... I totally agree with her on that, because that's where people say the word figures when they work in finance, and they it's a way to sound cool about numbers and money. It
Agreed.
really is.
I know.
Because if you know what 7 figures are, you're dealing with that kind of money already.
No one says, "Oh, dude, I sold it for 2 figures."
Exactly.
'Cause if
That
they
is
did-
so funny. You have to do a bit about that.
It's your bit.
You know
It's
when
your
someone,
bit.
but
set
you
it
just
up.
wrote the punchline.
I
It's
know.
like
You
no
got it.
no one does that. You're so right. I gotta pack up. So yeah,
What happened?
I just released an NFT.
Oh my God,
and
what
it's
did you
going
sell it
for
for?
like 1 to 2 figures.
Oh my God.
We think we might get low 3
I think
figures.
Noah thinks that's $100,000.
Listen, it could be. I can't do the math. Yeah, the
But
figures thing is so shitty.
my point
Or
about
it's
all
not
that
shitty, but
was
it's-
the scarcity
don't
thing
make me
of
do math.
because everything in this world now is trying to get your attention for the longest amount of time on the internet and on your phone.
But let me just say that Wordle, there are companies that made the same exact game, same graphics, everything about it, and you can play it unlimited, and no one's doing it.
Well, it's
no one I
first
know.
to market, it's called, when that happens too.
What do you mean?
First to market is like when
You stay true to that one.
yeah, because
even
it was
if the other
it's
ones-
like why people
Well,
yeah.
if people were addicted to Wordle truly, because let's just say when you become addicted to something, if it becomes that you can do it more than once a day, if you're truly addicted, you would do it more than once a day. Like cigarettes, if you were only allowed 1 a day.
But you could get sick of that addiction quicker.
Not with cigarettes. People don't get sick of it quicker. That's not the way it works.
Some things.
I think that
But like to your point with
even
the
if
Wordle.
someone smoked, a pack of cigarettes every day for 10 years, I think that would be worse than smoking 1 cigarette a day for your whole life. I think. I don't know. Maybe that's not true, but I
want to do Wordle with numbers. We were talking about that 1 through 9.
Oh, like Sudoku.
Sudoku, but for Wordle.
Do you know there's letteral?
Sudoku.
Have you heard of that?
I would call it Colin.
It's a joke on Wordle where you just guess a letter and then it says whether it's right or not.
Oh,
but there's
hilarious.
no strategy. You just
That's
do
so
it
funny.
until.
Yeah.
There's also Taylor, and it's a Taylor Swift 5-letter word. So it's Wordle, but Taylor Swift words, which are just lyrics or like just themes. And every day it's a new one. And so many besties sent it to me. Thank you so much. The first day I got it in one try. Which if you don't play Wordle, that's like just. You got to be a mind reader or it's just dumb luck to guess randomly the right word. And it was scarf the first day because, Taylor Swift scarf. And another day it was Kanye. And yesterday I was talking about Taylor-Wordle so Andrew had not played Wordle yet that day. And I was talking about Taylor-Wordle. And he overheard me and I go, yeah, today's was Kanye. And he goes, dude, I haven't played it yet. And I go, did you think Wordle would have Kanye? It was so funny.
He's everywhere. He said that Pete Davidson is gay and has AIDS.
I mean, it's so stupid.
I mean, wild.
It's
a strong move by an ex-boyfriend.
It's just like.
So then he's saying essentially that, yeah.
We got to go to break. Let's get back because let's just skip the rest of the news today and get to Fanthrax because I know we got some good ones.
Okay.
All right. Be right back with Fanthrax.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's time to gear up for the NFL postseason.
Yes, sir!
Head over to NFLshop.com today for the largest assortment of officially licensed gear.
I need it!
NFL Shop is your destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more.
Oh, you're sweet with it!
Come back after the game for the best selection of NFL gear anywhere.
How you like that, baby?
Rep your team pride with styles fit for the whole family. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my God, I want to come through the screen and hug you. Hey everybody, Jessica Zor here, also known as Vanessa Abrams on Gossip Girl. I am so excited to share my new podcast with you guys. It's called XOXO, and it's a walk down memory lane all about Gossip Girl. I'll chat with some of the cast, crew, fans of the show, and I'm just so pumped for you guys to go on this journey with me.
Hi, I'm Ed Westwick. I played Chuck Bass. I just can't believe that I did that with my life. Jay, we had the most amazing time.
Listen to XOXO on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sports moment, by the way, Tom Brady.
Oh yeah. Oh, what happened with him?
That's it.
He posted a thing on Instagram. Okay, cool. He reposted Tank's good news.
Yeah. What?
Did you see that?
No.
He reposted. Yeah. Okay. Let's. We're back, and it's time for Fanthrax. Okay, let's get into it. Noah, play us some messages from our besties.
Okay, first one comes from Allie.
Hi, Noah, Nikki, and Andrew. I was just listening to the podcast where Noah was absent and Nikki and Andrew covered the murder podcast. I was scared just from you two describing the podcast. I can't listen to that type of podcast because it will ruin my week.
Good for you,
but
girl.
I appreciate you covering it and giving me some insight. And then at the end of the podcast, you talked about a story where you got a phone call while your parents were out of the house.
Yes.
And it scared you so bad that you locked yourself in a room.
Yes.
Similar things happened when I was younger. People would call, and I would have to say my mom was in the shower when they were literally looking at her shopping in Walmart. But anyways, one time we were playing a game where we were pretending that a clown would come out of the laundry room drain, And we scared ourselves so bad with the game that we had to lock ourselves in our parents' bathroom. And when the parents got home, they were like, what is going on here? So I can totally relate to stories like that, just scaring yourself so badly. And I appreciate the recap of the murder podcast because I will never be listening to it. Thank you. And jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern. That's so good. Allie, oh my gosh. I love that you don't listen to that stuff because you know that it makes you uncomfortable and like you're someone who's choosing not to bring in things that are going to like stress you out in life. And I'm sorry that we like forced it on you. And maybe that is our thing is like we make murder podcasts palatable for people who are scared.
The ginger.
What? Oh, the ginger. Yeah, we make it.
Hamburger.
Well, ginger just like does a reset. It's not like it makes it so the sushi tastes better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ginger. I want to say it's so easy to make yourself scared of something. Something I do to get out of that, because sometimes you'll watch a murder show or something that just out of nowhere scares you and you'll realize, shit, I'm alone. And
Did you ever
this is
do
kind
Bloody
of a setting.
Mary in the camera? Or in the mirror?
In the mirror.
Or isn't that the thing? Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Yeah, and then like they show up. Well, that's like really asking for it. But if you somehow unintentionally work yourself into like you're fucking scared at night and you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? Like last night I kind of did that. I like to do this thing where I just imagine that, like I just do a reset of like, what does this room look like during the day? And like birds chirping, how is this different? The only difference is that there's no light in here, but like everything's the same. Like you just have to kind of reset, like what did this room look like earlier this morning or what it's going to look like tomorrow morning? Like, because truly you know that whatever is going on is just a figment of your imagination, and that really, if you ever get murdered in your room, it's not going to be when you think it's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
plenty of people get murdered during the day, too.
Sure, but like...
I'm just saying, like, why don't you just turn a light on?
When you're scared, sometimes when I'm scared of like, oh my God, what if someone came in and raped me right now in this hotel or whatever, and it's like, I'm waiting for it. It never happened. That, no one...
It's like
it
a
might
plane
happen
crash.
right before...
You're not going to...
I bet a lot of people on planes that crash are like already scared, and that's just
that's
so
a good
sad
point.
to me.
It just really works out.
Let's get to the next one. Allie, I really appreciated that. And
I'm sorry about that clown.
Oh my God. Oh, I relate so much of just making a game, and then all of a sudden the game like
Well, they
really
probably saw
gets,
the movie It.
Yeah, in the drain. One of the kids saw of like something with it, and then the other kids hadn't heard of it yet, and then it just becomes, oh my God. I'm scared to take a shower now.
Well, I've been afraid for a while. For other reasons. Hygiene. In the drain. Hygiene. Hydrain.
Is the clown's name Gene? Hi, Gene.
I have a cousin, Gene. Ugh, he writes poems. They're terrible. No
Runs in the family.
Didn't skip a generation.
Throttle bottle.
Okay, you guys want the next message?
Yes, sorry. We were just talking quietly until it started playing.
I kinda
but
like
then,
it.
So we're just shower drain. Who's this from?
Okay, this one is from Joe.
Joe.
Hi, this is Joe. I currently live in Missoula, Montana, and it's snowing outside. Anyway, I wanted to share this story with you guys. I was playing bananagrams, and it's a word game you play with tiles.
Yeah,
and
it's like Scrabble.
I had an extra H, and I played it incorrectly. And my friend was like, oh, you can move it over here and put the H in front of that E. And so I moved it, and I looked at it, and I was like, hey, that's not a word. I forgot the word he.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, hope you all are well and staying warm and everything else. Thanks. Bye.
What a
Joe,
voice.
what
Oh
the
my
fuck
God.
is...
I think we all yoked.
What's going on with your... Dude, I just yoked so hard on this couch.
I nutted all over your yolk.
Joe, I have to... Were you in a closet trying to be quiet?
I
Or
mean,
were you at a
what?
spa, like in the waiting room where before they come get you? Like, why did your voice sound so... Like, it sounded like she was trying to do... Like it was trying to... Like, she was ASMRing. Joe, I'm not kidding you. I know I say this a lot.
Yes.
Some
That
of our
was-
listeners can... And I am not one of these listeners, so Allie, don't feel sad that I didn't say this about your voice. Your voice was awesome. But no one's ever told me my voice is soothing.
Yeah.
It's because it's harsh. But Joe... You need to do ASMR. You could make so much money.
Audiobooks. She should do your audiobook.
I'm not kidding you. No, because I want people to stay awake for it. Joe, your voice is so hypnotic. It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Please, Joe, if you would just
I just want to
honestly,
hear things about Montana.
if you would send us a voice memo of you like just reading something, like you don't even, or just telling me about your day and like either like try to go a little bit more soothing. for like 5 minutes, I would listen to it at night and like fall asleep to it. If you could somehow get us that recording, because that was awesome.
I just wanted her to tell us like about like the rivers in Montana
I
of
forget
like
what she
fly
even said.
fishing.
Oh,
And,
the heh.
Like river runs through it. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about Missoula.
Yeah, tell us about Missoula. Tell us like what's there to do there. What are the
Missoula's
different
so
like,
beautiful. It's one of those places that during the summer it's like awesome, and I think in the winter it's pretty harsh. But I just thought she was like, and out there the snow and heh. You know what? You can. I feel like heh is how she says he anyway because it's softer. But you know what it reminds me of is that TikTok thing where she's like, where you go, what is it? It's the trick. Hold on, let me just think of it 1 second. I know we don't have a lot. How do you repeat? Tell me what I'm spelling.
Okay.
Y-E-S.
Yes.
Okay, E-Y-E-S.
I know this one already.
And they go E-S.
Yeah, yes.
And then the person's like, what? E-S, E-S. And they're like laughing so hard. And
Yeah.
she's like, E-Y-E-S. And he's like, E-S. It's such a cute TikTok. Look up the E-Y-E-S.
It's eyes, by the way.
And it's eyes. The whole time it's eyes.
If you're
but
at home
it's
going.
so funny to not know what eyes is. But I would do the same thing of going like, because you're thinking, I bet you anything she was putting the H over it like on the other side of the E at first. Or something like
It's the
that.
start
Where
of
you're
a
like,
word, too. It's not like, it's so short.
But it's still so funny not to know and just to go, heh.
Well, you're probably thinking like, oh, this is heathens or like.
I really want to start saying, he said it was snowing outside.
It's like a lisp, but for an E. I don't know how. It's like a.
That is, Joe, that was a perfect Fanthrax in the sense. And Allie killed it too because she offered insight into the podcast. She gave us a personal story.
Yes.
And she was just sweet and like great Fanthrax today. Joe did a great one too. Soothing voice. Gave us where she is listening to the podcast. I like setting a scene. And then to think of us when she did a bananagrams and had that moment to go, I got to share this with them. I really appreciate that.
Fuck yeah.
It makes me feel like, I have a friend in Missoula who's like thinking of me.
Yeah, who's
and
laying
being
on,
like,
like
oh my
a-
God, my friend Nikki and Andrew would like this.
I feel like she's laying by a fire. I don't know why.
Always.
Always.
And bananagrams.
Even during the summer.
I've never played it, but I've been given it as a gift so many times. Let's get to final thought.
I like teddygrams.
Okay, so this one's a little long, but it's from Steve from the other part of the world.
Steve-O?
I really loved just letting you say I love teddygrams.
I really do, though.
It was almost like, I like turtles. It was we have to steal the audio from you saying I love teddygrams and
After
then the
you
I
say
like
banana-
turtles guy. Okay.
All right. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Nikki, Noah, and Andrew. It's Steve. I'm a bestie from South Africa.
Oh.
I think I might be the first bestie to phone in from here.
Hey, Bray.
He just said
yeah.
yeah.
Love the pod. Listen every day, although it often comes out the next day here. And yeah, just want to say how much I really enjoy it. Nikki, I first started listening to you when you were on Whitney's podcast
Aw.
during our lockdown here. And you spoke a lot about doing the best you can and how, you've done as much as you can and you couldn't do more. And if you could, you would.
Aw.
And a lot of what you said really resonated
Aw.
with me. And yeah, what you say on the pod continues to do so. So thank you for being so honest and open with us. It helps probably more than you know.
Mm.
I've also become a major Swiftie since listening to the pod, so keep on spreading the gospel. Currently obsessed with the song The Lucky One, obviously the Taylor's version. And yeah, just wanted to touch base on last week's pod where you guys were talking about sounds you can't stand. The two things that drive me mad are polystyrene, especially when it's like packaging and it rubs against each other. The sound gives me goosebumps and makes my teeth feel weird. And the other is the sound of someone biting into an ice lolly.
Into what?
Both drive me absolutely
Wait,
nuts.
go back.
The what?
Yeah.
An ice
So,
logie?
I can't.
An ice logie?
I can't make out
Let's hear
what
it one more
Steve
time.
says. I listen
Can
to
you
it
do
like,
it negative? Like, can you do like at 0.5 speed? I see there's a little speed thing. Is there a
No,
0.5?
I
Oh, it's
can't.
only more. Okay, let's
It
just
just
one more
speeds up.
time.
Again.
And the
Think
other
maybe
is
biting?
the sound of someone biting into an ice lolly.
ice
Biting
luggy.
into an ice.
Logie. Let's
Oh,
just,
maybe an ice cube.
Wait, let's just see. I'm going to type in ice logie.
Here?
Logie.
Yeah, just
Ice
type-
logie. Here we go.
Ice cube, probably.
It's a logie, a glacier, an ice. Oh, wait.
Probably someone
Someone
chewing on
biting
ice.
into a glacier.
Yeah, I hate when people bite into glaciers. Okay, an ice. Hey, what was his name again?
Steve.
Hey, Steve. If we would love to know what that is exactly. I'm guessing it's just an ice cube.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And he said polystyrene, but that means styrofoam.
Oh.
And he
Oh,
said
okay.
ha, which is here.
They said
But you can play that in bananagrams. Love you again, Steve. Great voice.
I mean,
And thank you so much for listening and for saying all that nice
you just
stuff.
know he's a good person. Isn't it weird you could tell in a minute that you would be like, okay, this person fucking just gets life and is self-aware and isn't fucking egotistical and just good.
And it was really important for me to, because I don't listen to my appearances on things. So for him to reiterate the thing that I said just helped me today, because I was in a different place that day of like really feeling good and like knowing stuff.
You weren't here.
I wasn't here. And sometimes I need to be reminded of the things I've said that made people feel better, because I need to hear those back to myself, because I can't always maintain them or remember the places I was.
Sustaining's
So for me to hear
hard.
that, I remember having that outlook and how important that is of like, whatever I'm struggling with today, which today I have a deadline that I've surpassed to the point where the person who usually is writing me about like, hey, when are you going to have those notes for us? Every time I write back, when I will, they always go, great, and it's an exclamation point. And now it's at the point where they're just thumbs upping it.
Yeah.
Like this person that's always so nice is like not being that nice. Not that they're not being nice, but they're not enthusiastic anymore about like me. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that is making me feel like a failure, like I am letting people down, like I am delaying something, that everyone's mad at me, that why can't I just do this thing that is so fucking easy? Why can't I look at this thing? And the truth is, if I could, I would. It's obviously something that is like very hard for me to do, that other people might not have an issue with, but this is my thing. I have all the time in the world. People keep saying, but Nikki, you're so busy. It makes sense. And I obviously keep presenting it that way to this person. I have time to do this. I'm choosing to pick up the guitar. I'm choosing to sleep. I'm choosing to watch Secrets of Playboy. Not because I'm a bad person and I want to make these people wait and I love making them suffer. It's because I just can't do it.
Okay.
And it's okay. If I could, I would. My intentions are not, I'm not malintended. And so whatever you're dealing with today where you feel like the people might perceive you as being negligent, a bad person, lazy, all of these things, you're not those things. They might have those opinions about you, but you know you're not doing it to hurt anyone. If you are, then why are you listening to the podcast? You're a sociopath. All of us don't want to hurt anyone. And if we do, because sometimes I do want to hurt someone. Lately, I've been wanting to fight, like really fight someone, like set a time with someone so we meet and I just...
You did take one self-defense class, so you're ready.
I'm ready.
What would you do in a fight? I'd love to see you in a fight, like a fist fight.
Try to put my fist through their face. Honestly, cheekbone. I would hit the cheekbone, which would probably hurt my hand more. I mean, that is literally all I would do.
Wait, who told you this? Because
no one.
Oh.
This is just my instinct. When you said that, I was thinking about your face, like what would I do? And I would go up like this. I would try to hit there on your cheekbone, like that.
Okay. Why not the jaw? The jaw would knock them out. The cheekbone, you might break their cheekbone, but
I don't
you're
want
not
to
going
hurt their teeth.
But you want to break their fucking
I
orbital?
just want to hurt them, and I want to like make them have a black eye, so it like shows that I fucked them up. But like jaw, I think would just be like, ow, that's kind of annoying.
There is a saying where you like,
be like
you
that Austin
try to
Powers where
hit
he threw
through
a
their
shoe.
head or hit the back of their head. So then you're not aiming for here, you're aiming for back here. So you're
That's what
going
I'm saying.
through them.
I would like that Price is Right game.
So
where
what if you punch them once?
through.
You think you're going to punch them once and it's going to be over?
No. I will just keep swinging until I will just, and like I
What
don't
if
want
she
to use
just
my.
takes it and goes, that's all you got? What do you do?
Why do you think this is a girl? It's a dog,
Oh.
and it is a girl dog. How did you know that?
I know you.
This dog was looking at me. Where's the dog from the camel
I just
farm?
could read you. I could read your eyes.
No, but
Anal.
yes, there are times I do want to hurt people, and I want to say that is, or I want to make someone feel bad. That also is not a thing where I'm like a sociopath or I'm a bad person. It's because I'm in pain, and that's the only way I have to deal with it. So for me right now, I'm dealing with some pain. That is, I have low self-esteem with regards to watching my stand-up special. I don't want to look at it because it causes me pain to see myself, and I'm scared of what I might see and what might cause me to... Like, the results of me watching my special and giving notes might send me into a depression that I'm like scared of that fallout. That's why I'm avoiding it. So I'm trying to avoid pain. I'm trying to avoid putting other people through pain that might be residual from me. So it's okay. I forgive myself. So whatever you're avoiding today or letting people down, forgive yourself for it because it's not like you wanted to. That's my lesson to myself today. Thank you, Joe, for reminding me of that. And we'll be here. I'm not making fun of your accent. I fucking love it.
Yeah. I know.
Yours, I definitely make fun of.
No.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. We will be here next week, and can't wait for it. Thank you for listening all this week and for putting up with our Wacky Tuesday episode. We won't be doing that again anytime soon, but maybe. Andrew, any final thoughts? He loves Teddy Grahams. Don't be cut and
Jack
off
Lemmon.
your boyfriend.
I'm Paris Hilton, and this is Trapped in Treatment, a weekly podcast of shocking survivor experiences and stories from an industry plagued by controversy. With my hosts, Caroline Cole and Rebecca Mellinger, we will uncover the truth of one teen treatment facility each season. First up, Provo Canyon School. This one is personal. Listen to Trapped in Treatment on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Gangster Chronicles podcast is a weekly conversation that revolves around the underworld. From criminals and entertainers to victims of crime and law enforcement, we cover all facets of the game. Gangster Chronicles podcast doesn't glorify or promote illicit activities. We just discuss the ramifications and repercussions of these activities. Because after all, if you play gangster games, you are ultimately rewarded with gangster prizes. iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, but don't take our word for it. Find the Gangster Chronicles podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello and welcome to our show. I'm Zoe Deschanel, and I'm so excited to be joined by my friends and castmates Hannah Simone and Lamorne Morris to recap our hit television series, New Girl.
Join us every Monday on the Welcome to Our Show podcast, where we'll share behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite New Girl episodes.
Each week, we answer all your burning questions like, is there really a bear in every episode of New Girl? Plus, you'll hear hilarious stories like this.
That was one of your things you brought back from Latvia.
Yeah, I brought back
because
a hoop.
all professional basketball players.
Yeah, it's like a little 7-foot hoop.
Yeah. Listen to the Welcome to Our Show podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. 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 Podcasts.